Well, thank you, Jimmy. Well, we are going to start cooking.
Yes.
Why don't you, this is actually, Chris loves this recipe.
What we decided to do today is to, when you start doing the 24-day jump start,
right?
We will give you a meal plan. It is simple. I like to joke, but it's true. I say team boring, team repetition. To me, if it's easy and duplicatable, that's more likely for everyone to succeed. Now, the main thing on this meal plan is every time we eat, we want to get a proper proportion of three things: protein, good carbs, and good fat. That is the rule that we stick to. Everything else, we adjust for each person.
Right.
Right? So the beauty of it is your favorite protein may be
steak.
Well, I like steak, and well, the turkey is what we're doing for the snacks. So we're doing a sliced turkey.
Right, and mine might be more the fish. We have a vegetarian or a vegan menu plan. So really, it's just finding that protein that you like.
Right.
Then there's the good carbs and the good fat. So that's really the main thing. Another resource that I use for the meal planning is my dear friend Kim's cookbook. I love this cookbook. I can't say enough about it. Most of the recipes in here, all of them anyway, are designed to have those right proportions of the macronutrients. It also has the nutritional breakdown for each recipe. She's a dietitian, and that way you can check it out that way. So that's where I got this black bean soup recipe. So we can get started with that.
All right.
Okay. We will start with extra virgin olive oil, about a tablespoon in the pot. That's just, that's just how I measure there, right?
That's
just eyeballing
that works.
it. My secret ingredient for everything, and I am not joking, is Celtic sea salt. We sell this at New Life. What this is literally evaporated seawater.
Okay.
This comes from France. In the areas where the seawater gets trapped in the sand dikes, I believe it is, it dries, and this is what that is.
Okay.
And so this is what I use for my salt for everything. This has the mineral content that our bodies need.
All right.
So you're already doing good when you use this, and the flavor is just amazing. I like to even eat one. It's really good.
All right.
It tastes like seawater. So good. And that's what we need. Okay, so that's always what I do, and I do that in my olive oil. All right, then I'm going to need some chopping. Would you like to do that, Chris?
Oh, I can chop.
Can you chop up
It
this
won't be
onion?
pretty, but it will be chopped.
That's all right. That's all right. If you can chop me up that onion.
Well,
Okay.
if I knew and you could do this, honey, I'm going to pull you in the kitchen more often.
That's right. We are going to add our onion and our garlic. Something that Kim, my friend, taught me about garlic is the active ingredients. I know selenium is one of them, but the really good things that we get out of our garlic actually come out as we let it sit. So whenever you're doing garlic, you want to go ahead and crush it, or smash it, whatever it is that you're going to do, and let it hang out for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes on the cutting board before you add it to your food. Isn't that neat?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that is definitely something new that I learned.
That's like meat. You let it rest.
Yeah. So right now, the air, it's oxidizing.
Right.
The garlic's oxidizing. And those properties that are so wonderful and wonderful for detox are really coming out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and let that sit for a few minutes.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to tell you, talking about detox, some not so wonderful things.
Sure.
Is all of a sudden I noticed body odor that you never had. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But I guess it's just saying we're getting the stuff out of your body.
It's gonna, you want it coming out of your pores, and that's why you might feel a little headachy. You've got these toxins that are now getting released from all of your organs due to the good news and the supplements as well as the way that you're eating, and they got to find a way out.
Yeah, I was
There's only
like,
so many options,
What in the world is going on? And then I was like, oh, we're detoxing. All this is toxins coming out.
And it's really important to know that ahead of time, because if not, the first time I did a detox, when I got really headachy on day 3 or 4, I gave up. I thought something was wrong.
Like,
I was
this isn't working.
I was wondering if I was allergic, or what in the world. And that's just because I hadn't done my research properly. But so I always make sure and tell everyone ahead of time, when that happens, be happy.
Be happy.
You're getting your money's
Even
worth.
though you don't feel good and you may stink.
It's what we need.
It's what
I mean, what's your house look like when you're cleaning it, right?
Right.
It doesn't look pretty while you're cleaning it. It's the result afterwards that we're going for.
Yes. And so it's never fun to do a detox. But afterwards, then you start feeling amazing.
Yes. And then, success breeds success.
Right.
You have to start somewhere. You have to get on that journey. One thing that we like to talk about a lot is 80-20, progress, not perfection.
Right.
We need to learn how to live the way our bodies want.
Right.
But when we splurge and go off, like pizza,
And still lose
pizza
2
in a
pounds.
cleanse phase, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I prefer
spoon? Sorry.
2080.
I'll get it. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
I'll put-
2080?
2080,
You know
yeah.
what? That's better than 0-100, right?
Yeah.
Half the battle is just getting these things in the forefronts of our minds. If we can think and plan, we're already way ahead of the curve. And then that way, whenever we have our splurges, we don't need to feel guilty. We need to know that we deserve it. Okay, I'm adding that garlic. That was hanging out a little bit. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna get some of these onions in there, Chris. May I
Sure.
do that?
Knock
Oh, you're
yourself
good
out.
to go. You finished. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that is a diced 1 onion. Okay,
trying
so
not to
so
cry.
far, what's that?
I'm gonna try not to cry.
Try not to
Don't
cry.
cry. We have 1 onion. We have olive oil, 1 onion, and I used the mini peppers,
Right.
yellow and red mini peppers, a couple of them. About
Okay.
the equivalent of what 1 large bell pepper would be, okay? I'm gonna turn this heat down just a bit. Okay, this recipe is really easy too. That was pretty much all the work right
Right.
there. Watch. Now all we are going to do is add, this is 4 cans of black beans.
Right.
Rinsed. I used organic black beans. We are just going to put those right in there, okay? Then we have 2 cans of diced tomatoes.
Right.
I love to use, the Rotel that has the chilies in it. Gives it a little bit of a kick. But diced tomatoes, of course you can use fresh. We're just going for easy peasy here. All right? Then we have a can of sweet corn.
Now, I use whole corn.
You can.
Okay.
This is nice too. I like this as
Okay.
well. So I just switched it up a little bit. It's just some sweet corn. All right, so let's stir that around. You were following the recipe.
I was following
The recipe says whole corn.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna stir that up and get that simmering a little bit.
Yeah, Chris loves this. Loves
This is really good
recipe.
soup, and I like the fact Tamara made a big pot about this size.
I doubled the recipe.
It lasted us an entire week.
Yeah.
And what's really nice about this, with the way you've got the plan set up for everyone, is it lets them prep everything like on Sunday.
Yeah.
You go to the store, get everything prepped up, so you don't have to think about it the rest of the week.
Right.
You just kind of come in, grab what you need, and move forward with the rest of your day. That way you're not thinking about food.
Right.
To me, the most frustrating thing with Tamara every day is trying to pick the place to go eat.
Right, I know.
And we
How
don't
much
have to-
time did you not spend worrying about food when you think it would be the opposite?
Yeah.
You go, I don't have time to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's actually a time saver. It's a money saver. And everything we're going to make here today is what I would recommend is on that meal plan for Setup Sunday. We call Set It Up for Success. It doesn't have to be Sunday, but one day before you get started, we'll give you a whole grocery list as well
Right.
that has everything here. And everything that we're doing is a do ahead, keep it in your fridge. Because if you have your protein, your good carbs, and your good fats in your fridge, ready to go, it makes it so easy.
Right.
It just makes it's really a time saver, which is contrary to what you would think,
Right. Well, when I can just go home and it's already pre-done and I just have
Well,
to
yeah.
work it up, it's
Yes.
a time saver.
I've continued making this soup once a week for a while now, for
Yeah.
several months. Several months.
My kids tore it up. My husband tore it up, so it's a keeper.
All right, so now we're going to season this up a little bit.
Okay.
We are going to do, now, how much chili powder do you like to use in this recipe?
That's Tamara.
I did
How much
what-
did you do?
I did what it called for. So.
Okay, I gave y'all the recipe that I use, which has to be kid-friendly. In the book, it says 2 tablespoons.
Right.
Okay, so it's really what you want. I put it down to 2 teaspoons, I believe, maybe 1 teaspoon, because I have a 6-year-old who doesn't like anything spicy, even though we have our own hot sauce.
Spicy works in my house.
Yeah. So this is where you do
Yeah.
it how you like it. All right, and then we are going to put in some ground cumin, and that's going to be 2 teaspoons. That is that good flavor that just reminds you of that southwestern
Reminds me of
food.
India.
It's cumin, yeah. I
Yeah.
love Indian food, cardamom and all that.
As long as it's not curry, we're good.
You don't like curry?
No. No curry.
All right, and
what are you gonna do
then
with
we're
it,
going to do the
Heather?
sauce. I don't know.
What are you gonna do
I'm
with
going to let
him?
you cook for him.
All right, we're gonna stir that up. And then let's just season it one more time with our Celtic sea salt.
All right.
Okay, I just pinch, pinch, pinch. All right, next we are gonna add the liquid. So we're turning the heat up and we are gonna do 4 cups of broth. I chose organic vegetable broth
Okay.
because I like to make this totally vegetarian and then have the add-on options for the meat protein
Gotcha.
if people like, okay? So we are gonna do 4 of these. You wanna do one of them?
Sure. You have to shake it? Do you shake it?
You can if you want to. It's gonna all go in that pot, so we're gonna be stirring it up anyway. Get all that goodness in there. Of course, of course, of course, you want to do USDA organic with everything if you can, okay? Think about it, we're detoxing, right?
Right.
So if we just grab the fruit and the veggie and the item that has pesticides and herbicides on it,
Not
we're
doing that.
adding toxins.
Right.
We have just, you know, we have just put something in our body that's contradictory to what the efforts are we're doing.
Right.
We are sabotaging our detox by doing that, and that's not cool. All right, so we're gonna let this come to a boil. And we got that one. And when that comes to a boil, we're gonna let that go for maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we're gonna be good.
Now,
we're
what
gonna,
you did that's on the recipe that's different, though, is we actually took out 3 cups
Yes.
and put it in a blender and pureed
Yes.
it to thicken it up.
And we can still do that.
So-
we're gonna still do that. I'm gonna let it boil a little bit first, and then
Okay.
we can do that either with an immersion blender or in a blender itself.
Okay. Very good.
Sound good? Okay.
Very good.
All right, so we're gonna let that one cook up.
Okay.
So this is protein. Another really good source of protein, and one that I like to turn to on this meal plan, are hard-boiled eggs. How simple is that, right?
Right.
And the reason why they are a time saver and a money saver is the white of the egg is your protein, and the yellow of the egg is your good fat. So here we're trying to get those 3 categories, right? If
Right.
we choose that hard-boiled egg, if we like them, not everybody does, it really is an answer to a lot of things. So I go ahead and pre-boil up about 12 eggs on Sunday night. Then I have them already prepackaged as my snack. My morning
Right.
snack looks like a hard-boiled egg, a couple strawberries, and that's it.
Right.
So they're easy to take. So the proper way, the best way it's boiling an egg, right? How easy. But there is a way, there's a little bit of a skill to it. What you want to do is get your water rapidly boiling. Then add your eggs one at a time. Let's do a spoon. Let it go. We'll just go ahead and put it in. This is rapidly boiling water, okay? We are not going to let our eggs warm up with the water.
Right.
Because that's all cooking time. We don't want to do that. We want to add the eggs cold or room temperature to the boiling water gently. And then we're going to let it go for 10 minutes. We are going to let it rapidly boil for 10 minutes, all right? Then we're going to take it out and run it directly under ice cold water. And the goal of this is to have the perfect texture, but also this is how you make that peel come right off. The
Oh,
skin.
that's- yes.
You know, the shell. The shell just comes right off
Right
when you
off
do it
of
this
them.
way. You know how sometimes when you do it, they're okay, but you spend so much time just picking those little pieces off and you rip half of the protein out?
Right.
This is the way to do it where you don't have to do that.
Okay.
And that's cool, huh?
I saw a new product on TV while I was watching a lot of TV and not feeling well. And you actually there's a new product, you can actually crack the egg, put it inside it, and boil it in a little silicone thing, and it's already pre-done for you.
Really?
One of those,
I didn't see that one.
yeah, one of those.
Like an egg cooker?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah, you just put it's the shape of the egg. You just break the egg open, pour it into there, and then you boil it like you would normally, and then
Oh.
it comes out already ready and done.
Almost like a poached egg in a...
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's interesting.
So
I'll have to check that
that's a
out.
new product that just came out
Yeah.
on one of those, call now the next 10 minutes and get 2 of them type
Yeah.
deals that you see
Now,
on TV.
another thing that you sent me, and of course I've seen them, is because there's a lot of people who don't like just hard-boiled
Right.
eggs. And this is something, yeah, right there, that we can do, put in a bag, and then, which is great for the kids also in the morning, is we take the, and go ahead and scramble up the eggs and put them in a muffin tin.
Right.
And then add peppers or spinach, mushrooms, whatever you like, and bake
It's very
those.
simple. You can just saute up the veggies you like, or
Right.
with I do turkey bacon, whatever it is that you like with your eggs. Put it in the individual tins, and then if you have a muffin tin that's got 12 medium-sized
Right.
cups, you'll do about 10 eggs. Just scramble them up, water, Celtic sea salt, of course, pepper. You know, a trick to scrambled eggs is add a little bit of water.
Right.
That's how they get that fluffy, bright yellow color. And then you just pour it right over those veggies. 350 in the oven for 350 degrees for about 13 minutes. They're perfect.
Yeah.
My kids call them egg cupcakes.
Yeah, and then just put them in a Ziploc bag, stick them in the refrigerator, and you got
Grab and go.
grab and go.
Grab and go. Yep.
So, it also makes it easy for the kids in the morning because they can just grab them out, put them in the microwave, and they're out.
Right, for sure.
Have their
You know-
breakfast.
You know, definitely, you know, scrambling your eggs or even frying them, you're still getting that protein and that good fat.
Right.
The thing is, if you're going to fry your egg, know that that oil or butter or whatever you're using counts as more good fat.
Right.
Right? So you actually can scramble eggs in water. You can put a little water in your saute pan and let it start steaming. Then throw your veggies in, your spinach, mushrooms, whatever you like. Crack your eggs right in there and stir it. It's like an egg scrambler.
Right.
And you've got all of that and you haven't added any of the butter. Now, you know, a little bit is good. A little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I use
What if you
flaxseed
just
oil
use
with that.
Coconut oil.
Absolutely.
So-
There's your good fat. Yep.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I think let's go ahead and go off to Flo and Cookie, and then we'll be back with more.